Okay, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA today with Jarrett Wilbraham, straight out of Windang on the coast of Australia, out of Freestyle MMA. How are you, bro?
I'm good, brother. So good to be back here. It feels like a lifetime ago that I was on here, so it's good to be back.
Yeah, we haven't chatted for a while, bro. I was just listening to some of your interviews, bro. You're a kind of heartfelt guy. You always leave it, let everyone know what's going on with you. So how are you right now?
Oh, I'm really good, to be honest. Probably feel the best that I've ever felt, really, during my fighting career. And I think I've just taken the pressure off myself. I put a lot of weight on my shoulders to win, to get money, to make a career out of this thing. And after falling short last time against George, like that crushed me because it was my chance of making a living, making a lot of money. And it's just been a tough ride for the last 4 years. But, I'm not looking at it like that anymore. I just want to enjoy it for the first time and just take the pressure off myself.
Man, it's such a super tough game, bro. And I think I've said to you a few times, bro, it's you're doing something that most people are too afraid to do, bro. And it's it's inspirational to see guys like yourself, driving day after day and doing so well and everything, bro. But obviously I'd like you to be doing better. But you're doing well as it is, bro. Keep kicking.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Bro, that fight against George Mangos, it was a great fight, although he got the win. It was a good fight. You're both showing your elite level fighters, man. It was a good fight to watch from my perspective,
Yeah, it's funny. I think I watched it back once and turned it off. So I need to go back and look at it again. Usually I watch my fights just over and over again, trying to pick it all apart. But that one was just like, I didn't even want to look at it. Everyone said that it was a good fight or whatever. I only remember like being in there, not really it from a third person perspective. And I think that's a good advantage as well, because I notice when I watch my fights over and over again, it's almost like I forget what it feels like to be in there. Yeah. Where if I just have a memory of what it felt like, when I get back in there, I'm like, oh, I'm familiar with this feeling. But usually when I watch it over and over again, I'm usually familiar with the fight from a third person perspective. So
yeah. I heard you say about that Kakembo fight that when you're in there, you kind of feel it differently than it really is from people looking from the outside. So you thought you'd won around and you hadn't and whatnot, right? So it's kind of different feeling.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, really, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, man. And also you're getting concussed at the same time, getting cracked. It's kind of changes your memory of things a little bit too, right?
Yeah, CTE, I use that excuse for everything now. If I forget someone's name, I tell them I have brain damage. If Michaela asks me to do something and I forget, I just pull out the CTE card and it works every time. Doesn't it?
If you get angry at Michaela, you just say, it's CTE, I'm sorry, yeah. I can't help it.
Yeah, if I elbow her in our sleep, which I do fairly often by accident, I'll just blame CTE for that. It's not domestic violence.
Bro, exactly. But talking about CTE and remembering fights, bro, I had one fight like when I was young and I thought I got finished in the first couple of seconds of the fight. And then not too long ago, like within the last few years, I got a copy of it. And I fought on, like I thought I got finished in like 2 seconds, but I fought on into the next round and everything. I just didn't remember, like an idiot, It's crazy. It's not good. It's not a good thing, bro.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think I was saying to someone, the goal is to just get enough brain damage that you get to watch yourself back and fight and just completely look at it from a different perspective. You know what I mean? Like, wow, I did that. I don't remember any of that.
Like Colby in one of his fights, right? He copped a massive shot early on the fight and he just went, that was against Kakembo, right? And he just went on autopilot. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, the fight was over and he was like, he was heaps upset, thought that he got finished. He was like, they're like, shut up, you've won the fight, put your hands up. Yeah, he was out of it.
Crazy. Man, I heard you mention about you've drifted backwards and forwards a few times about being too wild, and now you went to being more composed, and now you're thinking about going back to being more of the wild man again. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm just going to send it. Fuck it.
Might as well, bro. And to be honest, that's what people want. They want the wild man, right? They want the Nowra wild man in there throwing fucking haymakers.
100%. What a waste of the last 3 or 4 years it's been trying to calm me down, right? In the end, it's like, fuck it, just go for it. Who cares?
Yeah. Tell Joe to stop with the strategy and stop with the feints. We don't feint anymore. We just charge head on, right?
No, but I probably should have listened to Joe more, to be honest. Joe's always telling me to do flashy shit, do some wild shit, and
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. But then I cross a line, you know. Like if you look in the Khan fight, I'm just going berserk, and it does work if you can pull back on it at the right time.
Yeah. And the thing is
Yeah.
maintaining that too. That work rate is hard to maintain in those championship fights, right? If you got a 5-rounder, it must be hard to do that sort of for 5 rounds, yeah?
Yeah, but I think the way that we train, how conditioned we are, if I'm tired, they're going to be a lot more tired than what I am, you know?
Yeah, fair. Bro, the reason I wanted to chat with you is you got a fight coming up. It is a little way away, but in the 14th of March, Beatdown Promotions against Diego Pereira for the featherweight champ in that organisation. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, really good. Diego's a good opponent, very experienced. It's a really good fight, good opportunity for me, and it's another title fight. So, what's not to love about that? Yeah, stoked.
Yeah, man, he's a good fighter, good grappler. Any ideas about how you're going to take him at this point?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be like a grappling versus striking matchup, which everyone likes to watch those sorts of things. So I guess it's going to be how well have I adapted to that sort of aspect. Like obviously, if you look at the losses on my record, there's holes in my game there. So it's up to me to prove that those holes aren't there anymore.
Well, it's crazy. Like holes in the game, but not really holes in the game. It's just at the top level. There appears to be, but it's, you guys grapple like every single day, bro. It's just such a difficult sport, that you can grapple every day full on and still have holes, you know?
Yeah, like I don't even really look at it like holes, I guess. If you look at everyone I fought, you know, 2 of them guys are in the UFC, and I'm sure George's next fight's going to be in the UFC as well. So, yeah, I'll have 3 losses, but they'll all be to UFC level guys. So when they get on your back, you know, it's always a hard time.
Yeah, and you had some good escapes in that George fight as well. I noticed, yeah. So you're up there, bro. You got to start delivering those chokes instead of taking them, right? Hey,
Yeah, that's right.
bro, you been out in the bush a bit? I've seen you climbing up the rock walls and falling off, bro. I think someone called you like a sort of wild Australian. What was that guy? He called you something like Steve Irwin or something.
Oh, yeah, I just love being out there in nature, and I've been getting right into rock climbing lately. So, yeah, putting them together, that's just what I love about it. You're out in the bush doing something that you love. Rock climbing's like very similar to jiu-jitsu. It's all about getting the technique to then progress and get better. So, yeah, it's been good to find a hobby outside of fighting that I can focus on, because for a long time there it's been just fighting, and it's just something else to look forward to and just take the stress of what I'm doing away from what I'm doing.
And it's transferable in some ways, right? Like that tendon strength, you're building that tendon strength and grip strength and everything, which can kind of help. Like you said in jiu-jitsu, it kind of matters as well.
Yeah, like a lot of the exercises we do is like a lot of like back exercises, and it like climbing's just all in your back and your grip strength, your forearm strength. So honestly, it's like every time I do it, it's just like I'm doing strength and conditioning, and I can feel myself getting a lot stronger.
Nice. You're doing that free climbing because of the safety of having water below you in your Instagram. Would you ever think of doing that without water there? Like, you know, you see some of those, what's that, the Alex Honnold or whatever, he's amazing, right? Climbing up those massive walls with no rock ties off, I mean, no cables or anything, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I can't go a day without tripping over my own feet, so I wouldn't risk making mistakes up on a wall like that.
Yeah, fair call. All right, bro. I've got just a list of a few questions I want to ask you. They're questions I've asked a few guys lately, and we're going to eventually compile them into like compilation videos. Are you okay for that?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Cool. Mental preparation. Can you describe your mental preparation routine before a fight?
I don't really worry about it too much until I'm just about to go out. Just treat it like I'm just hanging out there with my mates, and then probably 10, 15 minutes before the fight, fire up and then put it all together then.
When you think about firing up, like what's the sort of thing you just feel like you're about to have a fight sort of thing, like geeing yourself up or what?
Yeah, I think I just like remind myself of everything I've gone through in my life, like all the hard times that have been put in front of me to get me to where I am now, and just realize how much I've actually overcome, and almost like how much violence and shit I've dealt with. So like stepping into a cage to fight someone doesn't really worry me. So I just need to remind myself of that.
Nice. A lot of people find strength in the fact that they train really hard too, right? So you guys training hard in, day out in freestyle kind of give you that strength anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't have the insecurity that I'm not fit enough, so that's not an issue. And now I've got like I know I'm big enough for the weight class now. I'm cutting good amounts of weight, and I'm feeling good when I cut those amounts of weight. So yeah, it's only been the last 2 fights I think that I'm actually feeling good in the weight class.
Nice, bro. Next one is motivation. What drives you to compete at the highest level, and how do you stay motivated?
Well, before today, like it was all about making money, and realizing that I've been devoting my entire like last 4 or 5 years to this sport, and that I'm behind everyone else in terms of success in life. That was my drive. But now my drive's to I want to just put out like highlight reel knockouts and just get good finishes. I want to just watch myself back fighting and be like, that was fucking mad. You know what I mean? That's just why I want to do it now, to enjoy it.
Nice, bro. I remember talking to you before, and you're talking about that thing in your head that you feel like you need to be making money. I think you said your brother was doing really well or something, and you felt like maybe you should be doing that or whatever. And it's a hard thing to overcome, right?
Yeah, it is hard. Yeah, you question it, but I've been happiest in my life when I've been my poorest, so I don't worry about that anymore. There's always going to be a cliff I can climb, you know, it doesn't cost any money.
Yeah, bro, money doesn't mean shit, bro. You can't take it with you when you die, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Bro, post-fight reflections after a fight, win or lose, what processes do you go through? You strike me as the type of guy that just gets pissed off with yourself if you lose. Is it?
I get pissed off with myself when I win. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, I guess I set like little goals that I want to be like this when I fight. And then when I don't, even if I win, if I don't perform the way that I want to perform, I have like, honestly, I feel like 1 minute of happiness when my hand gets raised. And then after that, I'm like almost like pissed off at myself. By the time that I get interviewed in there, like if you go back and look at maybe, it'd probably nearly be like every single one of my fights. And they ask me like what I thought about my performance. I just kind of say, yeah, I'm still not happy. I'm still not where I want to be, but I have such high expectations of myself. And that's the way that I look for success is, can I make myself proud of the way that I perform? It's not just about winning. I have to go out and do more than that. I need finishes. And like in this next fight, I'm not going to be happy unless I get a finish.
Yeah, man. I mean, it sounds good. Like to be super successful, you got to be critical of yourself, right? You can't just sit back and think everything you do is perfect. But I hope you do appreciate some of the things you do, bro, because you guys are awesome. Your skills are awesome. So hopefully sometime you can sit back and, you know, reflect and appreciate what you've learned and what you've done, man, because you do very well.
Thank you.
Bro, next one is training regimen. Can you walk me through a typical day of your training, bro? Like from kind of wake up till finish?
Yeah, like wake up, strength and conditioning session at 7 a.m. And then in about an hour of that, we do that twice a week. Then we're off to the gym, 9:30. We train for about an hour. Then I have the middle of the day off. Usually try to do something like go fishing. Now I'm doing climbing, so go and do a bit of that. We come back in at 5 p.m. and train for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then just wake up, do it all over again. So it's pretty full on training regime that we have here at Freestyle. Like it's a full-time job, like it really is. Squeezing in climbing's really pushing the limits, and I'll have to pull back on that during camp.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, to throw in another physical thing seems like it'd be difficult, right? Just to get back to training for a couple of hours after that, especially when the grip's all gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think like burnout's more mental than physical, so I'll see how I go. Like if I do a little bit of climbing and it makes me feel better doing it mentally, I'll just keep doing that sort of thing. So this camp's all about just getting me in the right head state. I know I'm going to be fit enough. I know I train hard enough. Now it's just all about just enjoying it. That's really what means most to me now. I don't want this to feel like a job. I just want to feel like I'm here to do it because that's what I want to do. It's my choice. I wouldn't rather do anything else, And I think when you put the pressure on yourself, suddenly it's not that anymore. It's like, even when I'm training at home with Michaela, it's like I get frustrated because I'm not getting something because it means too much to me. Like, let go of it. I need to just, not be so critical of myself.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's a cool thing you're doing, man, that you're like to enjoy it and everything. Like you're following your own sort of path, man. Like I've said to a lot of guys on here, like guys like myself, I get up and go to work and put on a suit and work for a company. You know what I mean? It's no self-fulfillment in that really. Of course, my job's all right, but there's no self-fulfillment in that really. You guys are kind of beating your own path, and you can wake up and put on your shorts and thongs and cruise in with your mates and hang out and shoot the shit and train. It's not a bad path,
Absolutely, and that's what it should feel like. It shouldn't feel like a job or a burden on your life. So, yeah, I'm just loving life at the moment.
That's it, man. Good. Hey, you mentioned fishing too. What sort of fishing you do down there?
I like beach fishing. Yeah, that's mainly what I like to do. So, head out. I've got like some pilchards that I like salt, so when you salt the pilchards, they don't smell or anything like that. And you can just you could keep them up on the top of the van in the toolbox, and they'll last for ages. So just chuck one of them on every now and then, get out for a fish, see what's about.
What do you normally pick up, Taylor or something?
Yeah, Taylor, salmon, brim, flatty, whatever's out there. Yeah, it's good just being out on the beach, but in summer, like, man, you spend 10 minutes out there and you get absolutely roasted. So we need a decent umbrella. Every time we go and the wind's up, we lose the umbrella.
Yeah, true, bro. Hey, that pilchard thing you mentioned, I still like in this part of the world where I am, it's Portuguese mixed with Chinese in Macau. So they're always serving in the staff cafeteria. They're always serving these pilchard-looking things, and I can't stand them from fishing too much, bro. When I was young, I used to have that shit all over my hands in the hot sun and stinking up. You can't get it off your hands, and then they put it in front of you serving. I can't stand it, bro. From that reason alone.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh.
Bro, advice for aspiring fighters. What's the important advice for people that want to make it in the sport?
Find yourself a good team. Find yourself a good team that you know can take you the entire way. If you ever want to make changes in your career and move different places to benefit yourself, think about yourself first. Don't think about what's tying you down, and just enjoy it. Learn, I guess, have an amateur career, which I didn't do and I regret, and learn to lose there, and then make your mistakes there, and then when you go pro, you don't fight like a bloody spastic like I do.
Very cool, bro. Hey, future plans, bro. Looking beyond your fighting career, what are your aspirations outside of the cage? I do remember you mentioning about traveling and this sort of thing, but what do you have in your head?
I'd like fighting to take me around the world. It'd be cool if I could get fights in other countries, and then while I'm there, take advantage of that free plane ticket and spend a little bit of time around there. I think that would be a good life to live. And yeah, traveling's always on the cards. I like getting into other hobbies. There's plenty of other things to do out there, so I want to get good at everything I can all the way up until I'm old, and then I'll just get real competitive at lawn bowls.
That's it, bro. Awesome. Hey, have you actually had a chance to travel anywhere, bro, outside of Australia?
I did. I've gone to Thailand 3 times, just for training camps. I did a 2-month trip around New Zealand alone. I love that.
Yeah.
I had like some family stuff going on that brought me back, but I feel like I would have stayed for a long time. I just loved being out there, just not having a place that I had to be and just looking for new exciting things to do.
Yeah, man, New Zealand's beautiful, hey. There's a place
It's so lovely.
a place I like to go a couple of times called Bay of Islands. It's sort of up north of Auckland a little bit. And
Yeah.
I went up there and I was on an island one day just thinking, man, I'd love just to be able to turn off my phone. The product of working, you know, my phone's on 24 hours, people calling me, messaging me. I'd love just to turn it off and go to one of these islands and just kick back for a couple of weeks at least, you know. So beautiful there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't done much of the North Island. I went down the west coast of the South Island, spent a lot of time around Queenstown, and went to Milford Sound, did some good hikes out to glaciers and that sort of stuff. But I'd like to check out the North Island a bit more.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you got CKB there too, bro. Maybe you should do a little stint over there, you know. You guys have got some connections.
Yeah, that's the thing. You go over there for a holiday and then you just end up training.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You end up just going to the gym every day, so that's no different.
Yeah. Conveniently, you've gone to a place with a gym and then you just train more than you travel.
Yeah, that's true. It's not good for on the pro level. For my level, it's cool. We always go places I can train as well, but it's only a little one. You guys do the whole day. It's a bit different. Yeah. Hey, what's your go-to street fight move, bro? I know you've been in a few punch-ons in your life. What's your go-to move?
You know, shake hands with the left and hit him with the right. No,
You sneaky
no,
dog.
I've actually had that done to me before. So,
Shit.
go-to street move. I reckon you just go at him as violently and as crazy as you can because the fight's only going to last 15 seconds anyways. So just empty the tank because I don't even think I've really been in a street fight that went longer for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's good, man. I just imagining you with the like Khan Offley fight style, just bailing in. It's the
That was it. 100%.
I should have picked that.
Full Nara.
I should have picked that. Nara style.
Yeah.
Bro, 2 questions more. What are your thoughts on CTE and brain damage? We touched on it before. Is it worth it fighting MMA?
Oh, CT's mad. It's the best excuse ever. No, it's a real concern. It really is. I'm not sure whether, because there was a study out there about people with CTE, and across the board, people had CTE whether they've played contact sport for any period of time. So somebody that played half a season of football or even like 1 game of football was included in that study. Across the board, they had just as much high chance to get CTE as somebody who got repeated head trauma all the time. And I think that just puts it down to more of a genetic issue around it. And this is just bro science and what I want to believe, so not actually probably the truth. But I try to look at it more that way, and I just hope that someone comes up for a cure for it before it happens to me.
It's quite convenient that you stick to that one, Jarrett. The one that says it doesn't matter if you get hit once or 1,000,000 times, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same chance. Even if you've hit your head, be careful.
Yeah, nah, for sure, bro, for sure. Hey, last one, bro, a silly one. If you had to fight a bear, a lion, or a gorilla, which one would you choose, and what would your strategy be?
I was going to say a lion because they can't climb a tree, but that's not true. Damn, geez, I'd probably fight the bear, not the lion, because I think it would just kill me quicker and go for the throat. Maybe like just lay down on the ground and just let it kill me. I don't think I'd stand a chance against either of those animals. Yeah. People talk about what they would do, but yeah, I think I would just want that to end quickly.
You know, I kind of think of it like, you know, when you say to some general person, can you fight? And they just say, yeah, like, you know, the when I see red type of thing. I think when
Yeah.
you ask an average person, like, what would they do? They'll pick one and they'll think they genuinely stand a chance. But I've been asking the same question to MMA fighters, and I feel like everyone's too realistic. They understand they're going to get smashed. Like, you're not the first one that said, I'll just let the lion choke me. I'll choose that one because it'll kill me first. Like, you guys are kind of aware of your skills and what you're fighting against, right?
Yeah, I'd probably go like do what the honey badger does and just go for its nuts. Like that's probably your best chance you have.
That's true, bro. That's true. I never thought of that. That's a new strategy. New strategy.
Yeah, have you seen those stories? Like these lions are mauling this honey badger, and then the lion walks off after it thinks it's killed the honey badger, and it just bleeds out because the honey badger ripped off its nuts. And then the honey badger just gets up and walks off. Like it's sweet.
How good's that? I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to look it up. Honey badger
Yeah, look it
bites
up.
nuts. All right, bro. Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for your time once again, Jarrett. It's a pleasure to chat with you. Beatdown the Promotions, 14th of March. Diego Pereira, bro. I want to see you take that featherweight championship belt home to freestyle, bro.
Yeah, thanks, brother. We're gonna bring it back to freestyle for sure.
Awesome. All right, man. Thanks for your time. Take care. Best of luck and in your training camp and everything. Hope everything goes perfectly.
Thanks, brother, and thanks for what you do for all us fighters. It's good for us to get our name out there. So you're a legend.
Cool. Thanks, bro. Take it easy.